Metro. So it's a big city because it has a metro station there. Let's keep going down here. See if we can get some landmarks. Loads of bicycles. Yeah, definitely Amsterdam. So now let's see if we can get some road signs. So the clock's running down now.
And we're live. Welcome to the Unmapped Podcast, episode 3, where we explore the exciting world of open data. This week, we're actually going to have a fun one because it was a bit serious last week. So I think we've endeavored to sort of lighten it up a little bit. I think that Chris mentioned at the end of the last podcast. So, Chris, what are we doing today to lighten things up?
We want to have some fun today. We've just been having a little bit of a laugh on the live stream before we pressed the play button. We were just sharing our favourite Theo Von bits. There were some good ones there. Not sure it's child friendly, so we won't put it on the pod here. But yeah, it's good. That's good stuff. So we want to have a bit of fun today. We're gonna play a few games. We're gonna look at some open data as well. General mapping stuff. So yeah, so how's everyone else been doing this week? You know, should we have a little bit of chit chat before we jump in? What's been going on? Okay, I'll tell you one thing that happened to me this week. I got a new bed. And I got a new bed. It was delivered yesterday, and it rocks my world. It was the bed we got when we moved back to the UK. It was just before the second lockdown, so we were in this race. You know, we had a new house, and we were in a race to furniture. We didn't have any furniture, so I just took whatever I could get. And then I got this bed, and I've never liked it. You know, it's a bit too small. It was too soft for me, but it wasn't quite annoying enough to get rid of it. You know, and I finally bit the bullet and got a new bed. And the bed came yesterday, and I had the best night's sleep last night. Firm mattress, got one of those ergonomic pillows. Yeah, it was good stuff. So that's me. How about you guys? Anything? What's happening in the world of Lawrence and the world of Michael?
Lawrence? Well, this week I got one specific highlight that I wanted to talk about, which was we had our first YouTube short that hit 1,000 views. So we've finally broken that barrier. We were just pushing up towards it every time. We're getting like 700, and then it was like, we're at
1K club. How do we do? What's the hand sign? Michael,
I don't know. We'll have to find this out because we're in the 1K
be careful with the hand signs because we'll get the wrong.
Might be repping the wrong set.
The wrong attention.
Be careful with that.
Yeah. But it seems like to join the 1K club, European fertility rates was the thing. It was the subject that pushed us over that barrier. So yeah.
Well, I think that's a big theme here. I work in an office. Everybody's a millennial. Do you know what I found out the other day? I'm a millennial by the skin of my teeth. I made it by about 4 months. Yeah, I'm a millennial. It started in 81. I was born in 81. Made it by the skin of my teeth. So in the office, I started saying I'm like a proto-millennial. You know, I'm the first one. I started it. And then somebody else found the phrase geriatric millennial. So now in the office, geriatrics. I'm the oldest of the millennial. I'm a geriatric millennial. So
you're what I have to look forward to in 10 years.
Yeah. So my attempt to make the phrase proto-millennial stick didn't work. I'm now a geriatric millennial. Anyway, it's better than being a boomer, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm on the other side of that spectrum. I'm 91, so I'm barely almost a Zoomer.
So what I was going to say about the millennials before I got off on that tangent there is none of them have got kids. They all want to get a house. Everyone in the office, I'm working around professional software guys, you know, and they're like, I want to get a house and I want to have kids, but they're just waiting, you know. So I can see where some of this pressure comes from that might be affecting the birth rate is, you know, it's not people don't want to have kids. They're like, I just want a bit of, and this leads into like two of the themes we've talked about previously. We looked at property prices and we looked at fertility, and the penny drop that those two things are like linked. You know, people don't want to have kids until they've reached a certain degree of security. And the thing that we've been taught as a culture is you have to own your own house. And as we looked in our map like 2 episodes ago, where you've got around 12 times your annual income to buy a house, that's out of reach for most people. And then they're kicking the ball down the thing. And another fun fact that I learned, if you get to 30, so if you're a woman and you get to 30, your chances of having a child after 30 drop to 50%, and the number goes down rapidly. And that's not just a result of desire, because half of the cohort in the above 30 group want to have children or say they plan to have children, but won't. Anyway, let's not go down there because we're having a fun one.
I wonder why that is, Chris. Let's go into that a little further.
Let's go into that a little deeper there.
Oh, man. Yeah. So what's on the board today for mapping?
Okay, so on the board today, we're gonna have a few games. We're gonna start with the easiest and then move to the sort of most complex. Okay, so Aaron, pull up my screen. There's a bit of advertising in here. So excuse the ads. Let me see if I can skip the ad down here. So the first one is Worldle. Do you guys play Wordle? Are you familiar with Wordle?
I've never played it before.
You've never played Wordle? All right, let
Never
me show you
played
Wordle before we start on this, because everyone in this office is addicted to Wordle. Everybody gets the same puzzle every single day. Oh, everyone gets the same puzzle every day, and basically you have to guess what the word is, and you get 6 tries. You press enter, and it tells you which ones are correct. So that was a good start. The C's correct, the E's correct. The word has an A, but it's not in there. Anyway, this game's huge. It's like really, yeah. In the US and Europe, everybody's playing this, and it's competitive because we all get the same puzzle on the same day. So we can, I play with my dad on WhatsApp. What's your score today, Dad? So I try and beat him. Anyway, so somebody's done a riff off of Wordle and created a puzzle called Worldle. And the puzzle works like this. You come in every day, it gives you the outline of a country, and you have to guess what the country is from the outline. Now, I look at so many maps, I was like, I'm going to be a pro at this. It's going to be easy. It's going to be like, it's a layup. It's really hard. Here's the outline. I looked at that one today. I've got no idea what that is. Michael, Lawrence, any ideas?
Absolutely no idea.
Lawrence,
and the first
Michael,
one?
You got a thoughtful face on. What you got an idea here?
Yeah, I'm wanting to say. Yeah, no, I got nothing.
Because to me, like if I look at this, because a few little things I've learned. If you see a flat bit like that, that's a border. When you see lots of little islands like this, that means that's ocean. Because people don't just have lots of little dots off the coast. So to me, this is a border. The other thing is there's some parts of the world that tend to have very flat borders because they were just arbitrarily drawn, parts of Africa and the Middle East. And then Europe's like the borders are crazy. They follow like streams and brooks and, they're mad borders. So this one, if I was going to guess, I've got no idea where it is, but I would say I always guess when I see a flat border anywhere, Africa. So then the other clue that we've got here is the flat borders on the left-hand side, but what looks like islands on the right. So that would indicate, we're probably somewhere in East Africa.
Right.
So East Africa, I would think like Kenya, Somalia,
Djibouti.
I've got no idea where Djibouti is.
I think it's Djibouti. I'm going to go ahead and
I
throw
know
my
it's not
guess
South
in.
Africa.
I'm going to go ahead and throw my guess in there.
How do you even spell Djibouti?
DJ.
DJ?
I don't know, man. Yeah, it starts with a D.
D.
J.
Djibouti.
There it is. I'm going to guess Djibouti. How close am I?
So 79%. So how this works when you do this is if our guess is wrong, like this one, it shows you how far away we were from the actual country and which direction it is. So the real country is 4,000 kilometers away from Djibouti to the northwest. So where is Djibouti, Michael? Is it in between like South Africa and like Kenya? Is it halfway up or?
Well, Djibouti's, I think it's the part where the Suez Canal was, right? So it's like on the Horn, if I'm not mistaken, because that's the only place where China has a military base. And it was where I think it was where one of those canals are.
Well, the Suez Canal is like Egypt. That's Egypt up.
Yeah, it's like, I think Djibouti's just below Egypt. I could Google it, I guess.
No, that's cheating. That's cheating.
Okay,
Look at any maps, Michael. No way. That's
okay. So that's cheating.
So just to clarify, this so Djibouti is northwest of this location, 4,000 kilometers.
Or this is northwest.
No, I always took it the other way. The actual location is 4,000 kilometers northwest of wherever this place is that we've got on. It's 4,000 northwest of Djibouti, which we're not entirely sure where Djibouti is.
That would be. I think that would be in the Middle East then, because Djibouti, if you went north. Oh no! If you went northwest,
if we went northwest, this is getting weird now. Because if you go northwest, has got an ocean on the right and a flat line on the left.
That's weird.
Because you have
unless we've completely messed up where Djibouti is.
No,
Djibouti is I think Michael's correct on Djibouti. It is on the Horn of Africa, close to the Middle East.
I think it's right on the tip. That's why I thought I was like,
You seem very sure of that all of a sudden, Lawrence. You weren't doing some background research there, were you?
I've got a map in their room right now.
Yeah, watch out. We got to watch out when we're playing geo games here. Lawrence is.
I definitely haven't got the world map up on my screen right now.
Yeah, don't look at that. All right. So if Djibouti's there and we've got to go 4,000 to the northeast, that's going to put us somewhere in Europe. Maybe I was way off. Maybe I've thrown us a curveball with saying that this
It'd be
is
like Eastern Europe, right? Or
This
Middle
is
East, maybe.
This is in Africa. That flat line's killing me though. I've looked at a lot of maps of Europe. I can't think of anywhere with a flat line. Right, let's just throw another guess in there just to see if we're off, and maybe we're off by Djibouti. Right, I'm gonna put in like Finland, because if I was gonna go 4,000, right?
Yeah, because 4,000 is really far. I mean, that's
Right. All right. So it's 8,000. Right. Okay. I've got a point in the marker now. So we're 4,000 kilometers south of Finland. So if you draw a straight line down from the UK, that'd take you in South Africa, wouldn't it? South Africa's pretty much straight down from the UK. Finland's, don't know, say, what would you say? Like 1,000 kilometers, 700,000 kilometers that way from UK. So down, sea on one side. I still think we're going to end up in, I think we messed up where Djibouti is somehow. I reckon we're going to be in East Africa somewhere. Like what's on East Africa? Like Kenya, Somalia. See, the problem is Mozambique. I'm gonna go Somalia. I feel like Somalia's got coast. They've got pirates. We know there's there.
Somalia is shaped like a horn, isn't it? They call it the Horn of Africa. That doesn't look like. Well, is that a horn?
Could be a horn.
I think Somalia is over there on the horn too. Yeah.
Because this is a mapping podcast, a geo podcast, we've probably got some viewers right now who are screaming. They know exactly what this is and can't believe how terrible at geography we are. I'm just gonna whack it in. Jeez. What? Okay, so we were kind of right about Djibouti. Djibouti's obviously quite near Somalia. So we were right about Djibouti. So where is this country? It's south of Finland. It's got to be in the Middle East. 3,000. It's got to be in the Middle East or North Africa.
Yep. So what do we got in the Middle East? I'm gonna be silly and
no,
just
it can't
throw
be the
one
Middle
out.
East. It can't be the Middle East because it's south of. It's northwest from Somalia, and the Middle East would be north and northeast, wouldn't it? So we're getting into like more like Morocco kind of territory. Those countries up there. What are those?
Oh no.
Come on, someone help me. Throw in another guess.
Can I phone a friend? Phone a friend. What's the country that France invaded? I don't want to get political. Well, the one that was most recent. They have like a. Oh yeah, I guess. I don't know enough about Algeria. Yeah, that's going to be my next guess. Would be Algeria.
All right, let's go Algeria. So we're going to get
Algeria is massive.
Yeah.
I don't think Algeria is like a big block. I think I could be wrong.
Unknown country. Yeah, I still think we're wrong here, but I think we're going to be at the right level here. I think it's going to say west a number of miles from Algeria.
I think I'm going to be close.
95.
Yeah.
Right, we're in the right ballpark. So Algeria's here, and then we're going.
We're going east. Do you say?
Yeah. We are going 1,000 kilometers. Oh, So where's Algeria? Is Algeria? What's directly below Spain? That's
Morocco. And then Algeria's next to it, I think.
Is Algeria which way? West or east of Morocco?
East. Morocco's on the western, the western side of Africa.
So Algeria's east of Morocco, and we've got to go more that way. So then after that, what have you got? You got like kind of Egypt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Egypt, and then you're getting close to like Syria and Israel and those. I was
gonna say Middle East, man. Maybe like Afghanistan or.
No, because we're only 900 k's away from Algeria. We're in the right ballpark.
So it's 900 kilometers east of Algeria.
Yeah. This is a hard one today. Or just we're really bad at geography. So what's east of Algeria? What's north and east? Erin, let's phone a friend. Actually, we've got Erin in the background recording. Erin,
what's a
we'll be able to hear him on the.
Hey Jasper.
Erin's our phone a friend.
Kilometers from Algeria to the east. India?
Okay, so Erin's given us a guess.
Buddy says India.
The clue says in 2011 there was a revolution. What's Jasper? Is Jasper there? Is he? What's Jasper saying?
Yeah, Jasper's there. He said India, but I'm going to give him a chance to.
India.
He hasn't seen the shape of the country either. Look at the shape of this country.
Make a note. Never invite Jasper onto the podcast. That's even worse.
What country's that? Watch him nail it on the first guess. What's that?
That's Israel.
Israel?
Maybe?
No.
Good guess. Is
What are
that
you
1,000
saying? What are you
kilometers
saying,
east of?
Jasper? Jasper's saying, all right, well, I'm going to put in Israel anyway, just not because I believe
We're
it.
gonna see Israel how far off you are.
All right, come on, Jasper. Let's see whether.
Let's see how far off you are.
No. We've got to
That's
go that
close.
way.
That's close.
2,000 Ks. Right, this is our
no.
last guess. This is our last
Go
guess.
and
They had a
guess yet.
revolution.
One guess yet.
Bye, guys.
Okay, so that was the Arab Spring. What countries had what countries rose up in the Arab Spring? I know. Gaddafi. Where was Gaddafi's Libya?
Syria, Libya.
Yeah, Syria, Libya.
Libya. Oh.
Syria was going to be my next guess.
All right, we got it.
Oh,
God, that was
it's gotta be
poor
Syria
form,
then.
guys. That was poor form. We might need to edit that whole section out of the podcast. That's unbelievably bad.
So who was it? It was Libya.
It was Libya. It was Libya.
It was Libya. Okay. Cool.
All right. Now,
right.
and a little extended game here that you get to do afterwards is you get to do this. Oh no, it's not got it today. Usually they have this bordering countries. So afterwards you can click on it and it says, oh no, Libya wasn't right.
No, we're 94. It's got to be Syria then, because it's got to be next to Libya then. Yeah. How far off?
I don't
Syria
know.
isn't next to Libya. It's like
I mean, like
Algeria, Tunisia.
All right, Aaron, put us out of our misery.
Is it
Give us a
Tunisia?
headshot. Tunisia.
Tunisia.
Okay, it was Tunisia.
Algeria,
Right, we're terrible
Tunisia.
at this game. Let's move on from Worldle and we shall never speak of it again.
No, this is fun. We definitely have to do a rematch.
Okay, right. So that was game number one. We're saving, just so everyone stays on the pod. We're saving the funnest one for the end. Okay, so that one's a little bit of a play, not so much on open data. The next one that I want to look at has a much more open data focus. So this is a cool little tool made by Tom Forth, who's somebody I follow on Twitter, and this is a game to have a little bit of. It's not really a game, but I've been playing it as a game with some people in the office. Is you can draw a radius, a circle, and it will tell you how many people live inside that circle anywhere on Earth. And if we go down here, it gives you all of the information about the open data that was used to create this tool, the global human settlement layer, population grid for 2015. So yeah, we've got an open data slant on this. And it says the bus stop and tram data is from OpenStreetMap and has errors. Okay, right. I'm not sure that's involved. Anyway, this is a cool little tool. So we've been playing a little game of like draw a circle around a place and then guess how many people are in it. So I'm going to get the ball rolling, and we're gonna go to Lawrence's. We're going to start with you, Lawrence. We're going to go to your neck of the woods. That's around Leicester. So if I drop a 20k radius around Leicester, what's the population going to be? No pressure. You're not Googling in the background, are you? Well, Aaron,
No, my hands are down here.
keep your eye on
Hands
Lawrence.
up,
I'm not sure
hands
about
up. Don't let
Lawrence.
him Google.
What do you think, Lawrence? What's it going to be?
I don't know. How many people in Leicester? I don't know Leicester. I'm actually from more towards like Wolverhampton area or Shrewsbury.
Okay. We can go there. So Wolverhampton is, where is it? North of?
Slightly north, or yeah.
I can't see Wolverhampton.
If you just zoom in a little, just north of Birmingham or Shrewsbury, around that type of area. Yeah,
Nottingham?
So a bit north. I think that's too far north. Maybe
Too
go
far north?
Yeah, maybe go west a little.
West a little?
Yeah, where are we? I cannot see that screen.
Oh, you can't see the screen. Okay. I'm going to get sacked for bad geography today because I always thought I've been to Wolverhampton. I went north of Birmingham.
It's about 20 miles or 30 miles north of Birmingham. Oh,
Yeah,
towards.
Stoke. I've got Stoke. What is going on with me? Well, I'm going to pull up another one here just to go. Where is? Everybody's going to be tuning out from us now for how bad our geography skills are.
We're keeping Google Maps in business.
I
just
want to say I take no responsibility for that. I blame the UK education. It's northwest of Birmingham. Okay, I was way off. Yeah, I actually went there about like 5 years ago, Michael, for a jiu-jitsu tournament. Alex competed in the European Masters in Wolverhampton at the UK National Judo Centre. There you are. Fun fact of the day. Wolverhampton is going to pick up a load of Birmingham. So what's your guess, Lawrence, before I hit that button on Wolverhampton?
If he's going to pick up everything, I don't know, 50k.
50,000 people.
Yeah. Is it just Wolverhampton?
Yeah, just walk. Well, it's going to draw 20 kilometers around it, which is going to pick up half of Birmingham as well, I think.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Let's say 800,000. If it's
1.5 million.
All right, there we go. 800,000. We've got 1.8 million. Okay, so Aaron, take a note in the background for us, right? Lawrence was $1 million off.
$1 million off.
I was only 300,000 off.
Cool meal. All right, now look, don't think you're getting away with this one, Michael. We're getting you in on this as well. We're gonna go pull into. Let's go find North Carolina.
I'm good at guessing. I don't actually know anything. I'm just good at guessing. So.
Okay, so where were you from again? You're from Charlotte.
Charlotte. It'll be right there on the border of North and South Carolina. Down a little bit towards the coast.
So we've got Columbus
Towards
there,
the coast.
Nashville.
Yeah, split the difference on the landmass, and you'll be in Charlotte. You're in Kentucky. Go east. Go east. East. Yeah, east. Okay, now you're.
Oh yeah, there we go. We've got Charlotte.
There we go.
Right, if I drop a pin around Charlotte, 20 k's. That's like, what's that in miles? Like 12 miles or something. 12 miles around Charlotte, Michael. What we saying?
Say a million.
Maybe
1.5. Let's say 1.5.
All right, it's calculating. The hamsters are on the wheel.
Yeah, okay. So yeah,
right,
1.5 is way high.
972. Now, I'm not sure I was actually in the
stuck with a
center.
million.
Oh, sorry there, Michael. I talked over you. I'm
all
not sure I
good.
was actually in the center because looking at Charlotte, I was looking at all the roads running out of Charlotte, but it looks like a lot of the population is actually south of Charlotte, not north.
Well, it flows over into South Carolina down because
Let me move the pin down a little bit because I don't think I really picked up the urban area. Yeah, it's about the same. So you got about a million. What did you say? Million?
Yeah.
What did you say? You were non-committal. You said million to 1.5.
1.5.
Right, we'll split the difference then. We'll split the difference and say you said 1.25. So you're off by 250,000.
Not too bad.
Right. You guys have got to challenge me now. We won't do Bristol because obviously I've already gone and played on my own hometown. Throw me a city. Don't give me like, something I won't ever know in a million years. Go on, throw me. Where are you going to send me?
Bangkok.
Bangkok. All right, let's go to Bangkok. Bangkok.
Because you're familiar, but I don't know how much time you spent.
All right, so Bangkok is somewhere I definitely know where it is. Pull it up on a map. So right, we've got Bangkok there. Now, I think Bangkok. I remember looking at this before. It's bigger than London. It's a mega city, isn't it? So it's going to be north of 10 million. But I've flown over it a few times. It's a very sprawling city. I'm not sure the whole city is going to be picked up in that 20-kilometer bubble. So
center it.
Yeah, so I'm going to center it and see what we got. I think it's bigger than London, bigger than New York. So yeah, I don't know, 12 million. 10 million.
Ooh, not far.
I was 2 million off. Okay, so Michael, you win the prize. You were 200,000 off. Lawrence was, second, and I was third. It should be a ratio, actually. That's how the score should work, a ratio, not like
what percent were you off?
What percent was I off? Okay, so if we did it that way, what did I say, 12 million? So I was off by about 20%. Lawrence was off by about 150%.
Yeah.
And Michael, you missed it by like 25. So me and Michael, I call it a tie. I'll take that. Aaron, you're in the background speaking to my ear. What do you think? Who won? All right, don't hover too long, so we're all waiting. Okay, Michael. Aaron's giving it to Michael. Michael's the winner. Apparently, I'm not an objective referee. Okay, so that's a cool tool there. Big shout out to Tom Forth for producing this. It's really fun to go around the world and see where the biggest kind of population densities are. That's the fun I've been having with it. I think when I was playing with it before, the winner was Tokyo. I was trying to find where's the 20-kilometer circle that I could drop that had the most people in it. 13 million. That's not even in there. Let's try one more. Where are the other places that are like
Shanghai.
mad dense populated?
Shanghai.
Delhi. Okay,
Delhi.
Yeah, somewhere in India would be a good shout.
somewhere in India. Hyderabad. It's not Bangalore. I've been there. That's not very dense. What's the capital of Pakistan?
Islamabad?
Lahore. Okay. Yeah. Okay, little moan about the labeling in OpenStreetMap. It's like the capital city should be sticking out to me like a sore thumb here for like New Delhi, but it's not. Where is New Delhi? Mumbai. Okay, Mumbai is pretty busy. Let's get in there. Mumbai is pretty spread out as well, actually. 15 million inside Mumbai. Anyway, we'll leave everyone at home to go and play with this game, and maybe leave us in the comments below a little game where we can invite the audience in. Find the place on Earth that has the most people within a 20k radius. Let's see where it is. If I was going to take a guess, I'd say like maybe Mexico City, something like that. I don't know. Hong Kong. All right.
It's probably pretty dense.
That was the second game. Now we're saving the most fun for last. So this is the games that I play a lot. The first one, Worldle. Well, not that much. I've started playing it recently. But the one that I love is a game called GeoGuesser. So pull up my screen here, Aaron. Now, GeoGuesser's a really cool game. Now, how I got into this was not actually playing it myself. There's a whole load of YouTube channels of these guys that play this, and they are absolute black belts. It's unbelievable. So how this game works is it will drop a pin in Google Street View in some random place in the world, and you've got 2 minutes to put a pin on the map as close to where you think you are as possible. Okay, that's how the game works. There's different variations you can play in here. There's one where you're not allowed to move on the map. You're not allowed to zoom, and you're not allowed to move. That's the real like Jedi skill level 1. I tend to play the standard game, which is drop a pin. You've got 2 minutes to say where you are in the world. I've been playing this a bit in the last week, getting better at it. But I've watched a lot of guys on YouTube playing this. It's one of those rabbit holes you go down where it's addictive to watch these guys who are super good at this, dropping a pin in some like random town in Peru and then getting it down to like within 100 yards. It's unbelievable. So what we're going to do is we're each going to have a go at this. I'll go first because Michael and Lawrence, you guys, we talked before the podcast. You've never played this before, so you don't really know what's happening. So my go will be a bit of a tutorial for you. For everyone at home, just to let you know, is when we do this, when we do the podcast and we share screen, it's kind of blurry for the other participants. So at home, you're going to see a clear image. But for Michael and Lawrence, when I'm sharing my screen, it's a bit blurry. So, right, so we're gonna jump into this now. So I'm going to hit this quick play mode. And let's go. So we've dropped a pin. So I'm just going to give a chain of thought. So looks like a developed country. Canal. Okay. Grey skies. So Europe, canal. Straight away, I'm thinking Holland. Is that flag up there? Something else to look for? Don't know what that flag is. So the next thing I'm going to look for is like any kind of writing. So that's often a big clue. Tunnel, ditch. That's going to be some kind of German or Dutch type language. So I'm still thinking Holland. Let's keep going along. Bicycles, bike lane. So, yeah, I'm thinking Amsterdam here. Metro. So it's a big city because it has a metro station there. Let's keep going down here. See if we can get some landmarks. Loads of bicycles. Yeah, definitely Amsterdam. So now let's see if we can get some road signs. So the clock's running down now. So what I tend to do is I don't want to get left in the last few seconds and get abandoned. I tend to get into what I think is the right ballpark area. So the canals are in central Amsterdam. So I think we're going to be in here somewhere. Let me minimize this. And then let's see if we can see a street name. So the front of buses are useful. So let's see if we can see a street name anywhere on here. Zooming around. Oh, that looks like a tram line. Okay, so we're looking for somewhere that's got a canal. There was a canal on that block and a tram line over there. That might be something I can look for. So where are the trams? These look like tram lines here. There's a canal. I've got 33 seconds. Where's the tram line, metro. There's the M. So I need an M that's near a canal. Okay, I've got 25 seconds left. I'm just going to stick a pin here. Right, let's go. Let's see where we are. How close did I get? Oh, okay. I got a score of 4,995. And that was my distance there. Okay, so didn't do bad. That was pretty good. So, Michael, Lawrence, you get how it works?
Yeah, I did the tutorial, but
You did the tutorial?
But the ones that they gave me in the tutorial were obviously a lot easier. Like the first one that popped up is like got a shot of the Eiffel Tower.
All
so,
right.
Like, that was pretty easy. But this was a little more challenging. I don't know if I would have gotten right into Amsterdam.
Okay, so my little tips that I always go for when I land in there. The first thing I look at is I just look at the buildings. Is it a developed country, developing country? That's what I look for first. Second thing is I look at like the what side of the road they're driving on. There's the little signals straight away. Then I look at what the weather looks like because that can put you in the right time zone. You know, it's obvious if you're near the equator, tropics, or something like that. Then I try and look for anything that has writing on it. because that's a real giveaway. English it doesn't help you that much. But if you go somewhere and you see like Thai, it's easy. There's only one country, right? We know we're in Thailand, or Korean.
Right.
Gets you right in there. And then I start looking at like road signs and bits and bobs like that. Oh, is it Hyujin? Is that Hyujin?
Oh no, that's
no, it's not. It looked like Hyujin from behind. All right. Yeah, so we need to see a fight at the end today. Remember, we were promised.
Yeah, we promised to fight back here, guys. Let's get it hooked up.
Yeah, not quite yet. Let's get this. Everyone, stay tuned, and you'll get to see a fight at the end. A brawl. Okay, so who's going to go next? Lawrence, you want to jump in?
Yeah, sure. So do you want me to share my screen and go from it?
Share your screen. Take us through your thought process while you're doing it as well. Speak out loud so we know what you're thinking.
Okay, Erin, do you have my screen? So let's continue. Time to play.
All right, go back. I think you're in the wrong thing. Go back. Single player. Quick play.
There we go. Get ready to explore the world. Play. Okay, so I'm immediately thinking, for some reason, United States. It's obviously a developed country.
Pickup truck, F-150. That's why.
Yeah, pizza. Yeah,
pizza and an M150 truck. We know where we are.
Yeah, so I'm sort of thinking maybe is it Brooklyn, or there's a street sign there? So Adelaide. Ooh, just a minute. Adelaide Street West. So.
Ooh.
Adelaide Street West. I mean that, and it's blue. I don't know. Is that?
It's got a tram as well. Can you think? Look,
it's got a tram. It's got lots of tall buildings. Let's have a look at some of the shops. Peter Street.
Could be Australia.
Could be Australia. They do love a ute as well. They love a ute. Oh,
so 1-800. That is Michael. Is that a US number?
That's at least North America. It could still be Canada though. They use that +1 at the beginning of their stuff too. Yeah.
Okay, so
what's the name of that on the front of that building? Public parking.
Let's have a look. Public parking. Let's say
yeah.
Authority name.
Can you read that?
No,
it's definitely a 30-mile-per-hour zone. That's definitely the U.S. You're definitely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a dollar sign, so we're definitely in the US.
I mean, this dollar as well. Oh, Canada would be a dollar sign as well.
Garden Inn, Black
That's true.
Hall.
Yeah.
Does it
Black
say
Hall
on
letterpress.
here? Customs. Yeah. Okay. Letterpress.
Lithography.
It's tall buildings. You got some sunshine as well. But the US, if it's the summer, places like Chicago and that, they're not like the UK with a grey Europe.
Yeah, Chicago looks like that in June too. Yeah.
Tram though, Michael. Maybe you could.
Canadian Westinghouse Company. Maybe it's.
Yeah, but that could be in the U.S. You wouldn't have to put the word Canadian on a. On a Canadian building. They're all 7
seconds.
I'm going to guess
you're going to have to drop a pin.
Okay, New York. Guess.
Yes.
I reckon it's not New York. It's probably
Toronto.
You weren't that far off.
3,327 points. Like how many kilometers? Yeah, that was all right. 3,327. So I'm in the lead at the moment. But yeah, that was a tough one, wasn't it? Because it was the US. I didn't know Canada uses the same phone numbers as the US, the 1-800 type thing. I didn't know.
They use the +1 for their call codes, and I think Mexico does too.
I was thinking a little bit
1-800, but. Yeah.
I was thinking a little bit Canada there. The reason was that for some reason it felt like north, not south. I don't know why. Just the buildings and where everything laid out. It looked like a place that could get cold. And I can't think of any big US northern cities with tall buildings like that with trams.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah,
I think if we had a little bit more time at the end, because when I saw it was like the Canadian something, I was like, oh, actually, is it? Because there's only a couple of cities in Canada that could have been. I suppose, but then again, because it said, what did it say? Canadian Warehouse Company. That could just be something in the US as well. So,
and the Adelaide Street as well, because that's like a fellow colonial. When these streets were named, they're probably all it's probably all British colonial. So I think the US probably purged all those street names, didn't they?
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
Let's see.
You're
so
Michael.
It's
All right,
Michael.
I gotta share.
What, Aaron? What was my score again? What was the scores?
You got 4,995, right?
Right, I was 4,700, and Lawrence was 3,300, I believe. We can do a replay later to check this, but yeah. Okay, so Michael, you're in, you're up.
All right.
Get your screen up.
Can you see my screen? I'm about to click.
Yeah, we got your screen.
Play.
Run
All
a
right,
quick
here we
play.
go. Play. Get
Go.
ready.
If it drops a pin in Charlotte, North Carolina, I'm going to cry.
Ooh, okay, we're in an alleyway.
Okay, this is easy, Michael. You should be able to get this in one.
Sure. Let's see, what's going
Some
on?
dude on the phone. I would get out of that alley as quickly as possible, mate. I'd scroll out of there and get on a main street.
There's a restaurant. What if the entire thing is just alleyways? That look like
What?
palm trees in
Okay.
the trash.
Okay, so this
There's
looks
like a
European to
courtyard
me.
now.
Yeah, it's looking very Italian to me. I've never been
Yeah,
to
yeah.
anywhere in
I would
Europe,
go Italy as well.
Italy or France. Maybe what's that restaurant called? Can we get over there?
Let's get a sign.
There's a
yeah,
sandwich
I'll get-
board right here.
Get out of that square, Michael. Get out as quick as you can. Try and get on the main road where you can have more to work with.
How do I get out of here?
Scroll up and point where you want to go. So, yeah.
What's this? That's a big,
Oh, yeah, big landmark.
is that a church or something?
Has it got a sign for what it is?
Yeah, maybe.
Street
Maybe we
signs
get
as
lucky.
well.
What's that? Is that the Vatican? I don't know what any of these things
No,
look
it's
like.
not the Vatican. I was there last year. Here we go. You got a main road now. You're gonna have something to work with. What you got? Okay, so what kind
It's
of cars
looking-
you got? No
looking
pickup truck.
super
So it's not South America, is it? Because some South American cities have got that like European look as well. But looking at the cars,
Nah, those are
this
European
is not
cars.
going to be. Yeah. So the shop sign's there. Swing right, Michael. Swing right. What have you got there?
Roselli.
Roselli, some signs as well. What are the
Bankinter.
street signs saying? Plaza. The green ones. What we got?
Can you zoom in on those?
After Ayuntum. Let's get
Can you
over
zoom in
here.
on those? No.
I can't really see it. It's all a bit of a blur. But yeah, I got Italy vibes definitely.
Yeah, I'm thinking the
Possibly
same.
Spain.
Oh, Molina Lario Hotel.
What about
Control
Italy?
to access Historico. That's Spanish. That's almost certainly Spanish or Italian.
Okay.
But it doesn't
So-
really narrow it down for me.
No, maybe it's hot though. Maybe Barcelona. So where are you going to be if we're in Spain? If it's going to be densely populated, Madrid, Barcelona. Try and get out a little bit further. See if you can see the ocean. Get in that park over there, Michael. If you can see the ocean, then it's probably.
It won't let me go. It won't let me drive any further down this way. There.
Don't use the arrows. Just put the mouse where you want to go.
Oh. See, I'm just learning how to use computers too. Hotel and AC. It's a AC.
Malaga.
Malaga.
Malaga. Yeah, Malaga.
Spain.
So it might be Malaga.
maybe? Is that a city in Spain?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Main road.
How do I get? Let me get zoomed in close to where I need to be. Europe. Spain is down here. Madrid. Where's Malaga? Malaga's down here on the coast.
yeah.
It definitely looks coastal.
How many seconds you got? I can't see your timer.
I don't
2
either.
minutes
I don't
left.
know. I got
2
2
minutes
minutes
left?
left. Yeah. Okay. We were just in. Let's see.
How long do you get?
Usually you got 2 minutes. I think Michael's pressed some special button where you got some kind
No.
of cheat mode.
No, I got a minute.
Got that
40.
cheat mode activated. We had 2 minutes each.
Yeah.
I don't
All right,
know.
I'm gonna get smoked. I don't know how that worked.
Let's see. Okay, now we're definitely near the coast. That's the coast right over there. That's
You know
a
the weird bit?
lighthouse.
When you do drop the pin, I think it's from where you originally started, not where you've ended up
Right.
wandering.
Yeah, so I'm a few roads back from what's probably the coast,
Yeah.
and I'm assuming that lighthouse is somewhere over here that I see across
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah.
bay. So if that lighthouse is over there, then I'm probably somewhere near Soho.
And that road that you're on there looks like a pretty.
Oh,
main
there it
road.
is.
Might
There's
be
the
that, yeah.
AC. There's the AC Hotel.
Oh no!
Malaga
I'm
that I
definitely
was
losing.
that I just passed, and so I passed it. So I'm gonna drop my pin in one of these little like alleyways back here. There's that big church,
Oh,
and
no.
here's those alleyways where I just was. I'm almost sure of it. Okay,
Oh
guess.
no, I'm toast. I'm toast, aren't I? 5,000.
Yeah.
That's a perfect score, Michael. You can't get higher than 5,000. Wow. Go continue. How close were you? Oh, we lost your screen. Where'd the screen go?
Spot on, Wolf Trucker.
Press continue so we can see the map. Oh, you won all the badges. How
I
close
got all the
were you? That
badges.
is- Wow.
5,000 points. I was down the road. Yeah.
Ah, stone throw. So you got 2 out of 3 so far, Michael. You're on a roll today.
Hey, well, I had help. You guys helped me narrow it down to the city and which city that is. So appreciate your help. Help me get some badges. All right, so now I upgrade to pro, right?
Yeah. Well, I upgraded the other day because if you haven't got pro, you only get to play once a day.
So
I played it sometimes, but yeah, it's cheap though. It's like £2 a month or something like that.
hey, it's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole
Pretty
load
good.
of fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right, so I think that's me done with the games now. So they're the 3 games I wanted to bring today. A little bit more fun. Lawrence, what have you got for us today? You said earlier that you were gonna.
I got a couple of things. It's more open data related, but I saw a funny map that I thought I would share. Erin, I'm just going to share my screen here. Sort of topical from what's been happening this week with the balloons. Can you see my screen?
Oh, I got a great meme on the balloons.
Yeah, Lawrence, you're up.
Can you see the screen? Can you see this graph?
Yeah.
So this is from Terrible Maps, and it just says how aliens see Earth, and then it's just a picture of the United States. So can you see?
Where's my one? So we're getting the memes out. We're getting the memes out. I got. Just a sec. Carry on. I'll do this in the background.
Yeah, but that was it. The only other thing I had apart from that was I noticed last week. So this is more related to open data. Birmingham, which is in the neck of the woods where I did grow up. I grew up a bit north of that, but they have relaunched an open data effort from the ground up, and I thought this was like a pretty cool example of how open data is being used by cities in the UK. You can actually go to this. It's called the Birmingham City Observatory. You can go in, you can get a breakdown of demographics, education, and the information that is available is quite it's quite deep. So you can actually see like a breakdown of the population, and you can also have a look at this thing called city outcome indicators. So if you just scroll through, you can have a look at in terms of the challenges of the city and leveling up objectives. You can look at different data sets in terms of metrics, looking at the employment rate, the gender pay gap for the city. So I thought this was a really cool initiative. You can basically come in here, anyone can access it. So yeah, big up Birmingham. I think it's a good example of how.
Are there any maps? We need maps.
There are. Well, I would say maps. They actually have wards on there. So you can just come in here. They're not actually very good because when you press on them, a little pop-up will come up. So you can check this for ethnicity here. So you can see this specific area of Birmingham, which is Sutton Four Oaks, and then you can come down here, Sutton Vase. It's actually a nice little pop-up. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, they have some maps in here as well. So yes, you can come in. So I thought that was a quite. I think a lot of cities have this. I think Bristol has it as well, right, Chris?
I've not seen it for Bristol. Nothing that goes into as much detail as this. I tend to use the census website here in the UK because they got great maps. They've done a really good job with the mapping on there. But I haven't seen anything that's as detailed as this for Bristol. You can see in the URL at the top there that they're using Power BI. They've obviously paid the big bucks for the license at Birmingham City Council. I'm not sure Bristol City Council's got the deep enough pockets for that. They can barely empty my bins.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So this is what it is. So you have the actual breakdown of all the demographics and all that type of stuff, and then you actually have the living outcomes in terms of see if it's improving. It's ranked against all the English authorities. You can see if like on this one, it's the workless households. So this is actually, you can see the trend is worsening. So it's open. Anyone can come and have a look at this. You can see this is decreasing here in terms of the pay gap. So yeah, big up Birmingham. Like I said, it's I think it's one of the best that I've seen so far. Really comprehensive. That's what I had to share this week.
Yeah, cool stuff. Something else. I think you had another announcement, didn't you, Lawrence? What was the? We already said it, didn't we? The video. Did we talk about that before or in the podcast?
Our shorts.
Yeah.
The shorts. I mentioned it earlier. So that was it. Yeah. So we hit our first 1K viewing, and it was the fertility rates.
Okay. I just wanted to riff off of that. Sorry. You're going to add something?
No. So you can riff on that.
Okay. I just wanted to talk something about that. About an idea that we've had at Mapstack and what we're doing with those video shorts. So one of our sort of like core part of our mission at Mapstack is the idea that increasing global data literacy will create a better world. So that's our mission. So if we have all of this open data out there and it's very easy to access, very easy to consume, it will increase data literacy. But one of the other things that I've noticed is often a lack of engagement in that kind of data from younger people. We've done a lot of usability testing for Mapstack here because we don't want the maps just to be able to be used by GIS people and data analysts. We want it to be everybody to be able to figure it out. So I've done a lot of like what you call blind usability tests, where we get users who have never seen it before. We film them, record their screen, give them a list of tasks, and see whether they're able to achieve them. And what really surprised me is how large the proportion of people that have never interacted with a map like that before is. So they know the controls for Google Maps, so they know how to zoom in, they know how to pan around, they get that. But even simple things that are just that we think are obvious in the like kind of GIS world of clicking on a map, clicking on something in the map in order to get more information about it, is not obvious to everyone. Okay, so this is something that we've been thinking about a lot. And I was thinking, right, so how do we engage young people? So part of the, we lost Lawrence there. Maybe Lawrence will be back in a minute.
Yeah.
So one of the things I was thinking about is how can we engage young people with maps and data? So having 2 teenage children, I was thinking, what's the language they speak? Where are they? And where they are every day is TikTok, this video shorts. So we had this idea, maybe we could increase engagement in data maps by recording maps that we're producing to Mapstack, turning them into video shorts and posting them on, we're just doing YouTube shorts at the moment. We've just been testing the water and getting good at this. But the idea is once we've like exercised that muscle and we're good at it, we're going to hit TikTok. So we're going to start hitting TikTok with these video shorts. And the goal is that young people are going to start engaging with those videos, see that how you can extract information about your environment and your world from those maps, and then go on to use the maps in Mapstack. So that's the bigger strategy, and that's how it feeds into the mission at Mapstack. We lost you there for a minute, Lawrence. I was just telling everyone about how we're testing using video shorts to increase engagement in open data amongst younger people.
Yeah,
And
sorry about that. My Mac just decided to reboot itself. I think it had some updates, and it's like, oh, yeah, you on a call? Yeah, I'm just going to reboot.
It was actually very good timing, Lawrence, because I mentioned Mapstack more than 3 times in about a minute. And
did the klaxon go? Erin, you've got to get quicker on that
klaxon. Didn't go.
I thought the klaxon had gone. It came back and you're still talking.
I was caught slipping there. So after the last podcast, I was told that I'm going to get called out if I mention Mapstack more than like say 5 times in a minute, and I definitely did that in the last minute. So we'll hear the klaxon.
If it goes
sound.
over 30 seconds too, I think
over 30 seconds as well.
Come. Yeah.
All right. So guys, if you hear the klaxon sound in future podcasts, you know what's happened. Chris has been shilling Mapstack too hard. Yeah. All right. Cool. Have we got anything else? What?
Michael,
I was going to just to sort of follow up on some of the stuff I've talked about in the past. One of the things was with the growing things in places that they couldn't grow before. So there was kind of an update on the on that front with vanilla. So vanilla, they've had their first successful crop of vanilla here in Cambodia, where before it's primarily if I share my screen. Entire screen. There we go. Aaron, you got me pulled up. Can you guys see me?
Well, while we're waiting for Aaron to pull you up, maybe get the guys rolling in the background. Let's get the.
Yeah. Hey, you guys can spar if you want. You don't have to hang out. Now you got a map here. I think if everybody can see, this is where generally vanilla has been grown before, but this is a little ambitious. I don't think there's lots of places here that are indicated that are not commercially viable. These are just places that could be viable. Most of your commercial, like Madagascar and India, southern India, and Brazil and Colombia, those places, they have commercial viable crops of vanilla. And then what you see here in Southeast Asia, that's kind of new. That's in the last couple years that they're like, oh, we can grow it there too. So there's been in the last, this was an article from about a year ago, 2 years ago, and this was when they had just started to grow vanilla here, once they realized that it was a very big market in other countries. So it's taking root, and then they had an update recently of it. It finally it's turning that corner now with vanilla as well as chocolate. And then another interesting thing in the world of agriculture that I've recently realized is that if you look at the top, I couldn't find a very good maps that demonstrate this well. This is production of rice in general across the world, right? And if you notice, Asia's on fire. And then if you look at just as a list, you've got, China, India, some of them are obvious, like, oh yeah, of course they produce a lot of rice. And then you get down here to number 10 and number 11, Cambodia and United States are next to each other in terms of volume.
Wow.
But when you but when you think about it, you guys know, the United States has 330 million people, Cambodia has 17. So Cambodia has managed to wedge itself into the top 10 rice-producing countries while being a tenth or 100th of the size of the other countries on the list.
An
So I
interesting.
did.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to say a little backstory while you're on that slide is before the wars in Southeast Asia, so before Khmer Rouge and everything, Cambodia was actually, I think it was the second or third largest rice producer in the world. And they only, in the last few years, maybe 5-10 years ago, got back to the production levels that they had prior to the war. So with Cambodia, you graph it out, they're on an upward trajectory. But so they were on par before with Cambodia, with Vietnam and Thailand. Whilst now, obviously, the production for Vietnam and Thailand's 3-4 fold ahead. And the reason for that is a lot of the irrigation systems weren't maintained during that war period in Cambodia. So a lot of the irrigation that allows multiple crops of rice within a single year on paddy. So when you go into the dry seasons, were just destroyed and ill-maintained. So as they've been rehabilitated, the yield in Cambodia has been increasing. Sorry, nerd fact there.
So no, that's great, because that kind of just adds to, against all odds, Cambodia is just this powerhouse of rice production. And then what I found this graph. I can't really find it charted very well. I don't know how you would map this data out. But if you notice, this is from David Dahl. This was, I believe, it's about a year or two old. But this is kilograms of rice production per person.
Oh, wow.
And as you can see, Cambodia is very well at the top of that, given the fact that they've got the 10th highest production of rice while their population totals under 20 million, whereas most of these other countries on the list have a city with that many people in it. So I just thought that was fascinating, and it gives me comfort knowing I'm here, and if things go off the rails, we've at least got rice to eat. So
if the UFOs, if the aliens come,
right, yeah.
That's a segue, actually, in how I want to end up the podcast, because Lawrence shared a meme earlier, so I just found a meme on my phone, sent it to myself. So I want to finish up with a meme. So, Aaron, if you could pull my screen up. So this was a meme that sort of tickled me in the week, and I'll segue into open data. So if you've been following the news, you'll see that the US has been shooting things down in the sky, and they're saying we don't really know what they are, and could it be UFOs? And then behind the scenes, one of the most prestigious journalists in the world published a Substack article in great detail, multi-sourced, that basically detailing that the US allegedly blew up Nord Stream and Nord Stream 2, and it basically didn't get covered in the news at all. So that meme kind of made me laugh. I'm not going to take a position on any of these topics at all, because, as always, the Mapstack crew are completely neutral. But this whole thing about data literacy, segue, get the horn ready. Okay, I'm going to go off on a Mapstack one. It is why I believe that open data is so important. Are we getting a drum roll? We need the ability for everybody to be able to do fact checking themselves. We don't need fact checking websites. We need data literacy, where people can go in and do their own research and their own homework and decide the facts and truths for themselves, rather than having it kind of spoon-fed by a media from the media from either side. Okay, so I think in future, that's where we want Mapstack to be, is in that place. Where's the? I'm trying to say Mapstack enough times to get the horn. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. I got the horn.
We need a new horn person, I think, Aaron.
Yeah, we need a new horn person. The horn person was asleep at the wheel. Okay, all right, we finished with the horn. Let's wrap it up there. All right, okay, all right. Should we end there then, guys?
That's good. I just want to give one quick shout out because we had a comment from last week's podcast. I thought it was a good one. It was from Saeed Turksever, and he just says, "Thank you, Mapstack, for talking about open mapping response for the earthquake in Turkey and Syria. The disaster response was activated by a mapping NGO. I hope I say this correctly. So it's GeoGuesser. With collaboration of the humanitarian OpenStreetMap team. So that was the NGO that actually launched the project. So I'll put a little link in the description so if anyone wants to collaborate or contribute to that project, they can. So yes, shout out to Saeed. Thank you for commenting. And so that's it, guys.
Okay, cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Cheers. See you next week.